Today's entry ticket, we're taking a look again at writing a parabola to fit a given directrix, which is in red, to a focus. So eventually we should be able to check our answers in Desmos, and the top equation should eventually get us to the bottom equation. So the statement in step 1, statement in step 5 should match and any of the statements along the way if we're doing our work correctly. In this particular entry ticket, we're looking at some of the work below is done incorrectly to try to find the equation of the parabola with the directrix of y equals 5 and a focus of -4, 2. Identify the errors in the reasoning, then correctly solve the equation. So right now, take a second and maybe pause the video, see if you can identify some of the mistakes here in the reasoning. Okay. Right now, step 2, if you identified a mistake, there's none. So you're wrong. Step 2 is perfect. Everything got squared. The square roots got canceled by a square. Okay. The place where a bunch of mistakes start, that is a y. Those are x's. One of the mistakes I made on the Khan Academy was when I expanded the factors. The whole -5 plus -5 gives me -10, and -5 times -5 gives me the 25. I, for whatever reason, changed the variables. The fix is pretty fast. I should have y's at the front. And on the other side, this is going to go into the graph a little bit, but work with me here. The x plus 4 squared, that should be still happening. The variable that only happens once is ultimately going to be in the answer, as you see down there. That part I did right, but if I type in x equals x plus 4 squared over -6 plus 7/3, that does not match the equations in step 1 or 2. It'll be a completely different graph. It won't be the correct parabola. So all my coefficients ended up being good. I got a y squared. I got a -4, but the variable that goes with that -4 should be a y, not an x. So I had 4 mistakes in there. The front ones end up proving to be fatal eventually down the road. Okay. And now statement 4 needs correcting because it's based off statement 3. So there is a y squared on each side. That'll cancel out. I want to eventually, I don't want an x equals equation. I want a y equals equation. So I want to move all the y's to the left side of the equal sign. The opposite of -4y would be +4y, which means I want to move all the integers or constants like +25 to the right side. Okay, so my statement 4, my 4th step of work should be -6y equals x plus 4 squared. And 4 minus 25 gives us -21. Last step, divide everything by -6. And the -21 over -6, that's going to simplify a decent amount here for our final step. We'd want to type in something like, all right, we got a negative x plus 4 squared over 6. You could leave it as a -6 in the bottom as shown over there in the incorrect way. That part of the equation I had right. The back part, though, -21 and 6 both divide nicely by 3. So I'll still have a 7 in the numerator, but I'm still going to have a positive. But the number of 3's that go into 6 happen to be 2. Last part, you're at least able to check again that your statements all stay equivalent if you wanted to on Desmos. I'm showing you that real quick here. Now things match up. If before, when I had if I would have had 7/3, clearly the dotted curve, which comes from the second step, which is again canceling out the square roots with squares, does not match. I need that divide by 2. And the more egregious error earlier was I had the same equation, but it was an x equals. I got 2 lines. I don't even have a parabola. That's how I knew I did something wrong and had to go back and find out what that mistake was on Khan Academy. So moral of the story, don't change your letters without a reason. Hope that helps. Please make sure you give all 3 Khan Academies a try, including writing parabolas given a directrix and focus.